Okay, I'll go live.
All right. So, good evening, good morning, everyone, from whichever the part of the world you are joining in. I think we are live now. Vasan, can you confirm that? Yeah, we are.
Yeah, we are live.
All right. So that's great on a Sunday evening. I mean, I don't expect a lot of people to join, but let's see how many people are joining. So, for the people who are watching, right, let us know in the chat from which country or which part of the world you are joining.
And also,
And let us also.
we can just give them introduction what the session is about, so that
Yeah.
they feel it worthy to stay till.
Absolutely, absolutely. So, as you know, I'm part of AWS Community Builders program, and Vasan is also part of AWS Community Builders program. And whenever we attend any events, the first question that we generally get is, "What is this Community Builder program? How can I get benefited out of it? And what's in it for you personally, professionally, and things like that." So we thought of clearing that out. So for all the folks who are joining us today, and the application will be live in the month of January, if I'm not wrong, right, Vasan? So
Yeah.
at least in the first week of January. So we are going to discuss about this program, what's in it for you, how can you apply, and things like that. So if you are interested in joining this program, hold on till the very end. We have some tips and tricks that you can use it for your application. Because I've been in this program for the last 4 years now. I'm sure Vasan is also in the same line. So let us discuss about this. If you have any questions, right, so please drop them in the comments. We can see that. And you can also follow us on LinkedIn, on all the other social media platforms too. Vasan also runs a YouTube channel. The links are in the description. Please check it out. And let me formally introduce or ask Vasan to introduce himself. Most of my viewers on the channel know about me, but might not be aware of Vasan. So Vasan, over to you. Could you please introduce yourself?
So, myself Vasan, and so I have close to 11 years of experience in IT, and I play a role of senior cloud engineer. And so my core skill sets around networking, Terraform, AWS, and then now slowly upskilling into AOps space. And I've been contributing into community for close to like 5 years. My channel started in around 2020, 2021 during the COVID area, without even aware about what is AWS community and community builder, all those fancy terms. I just started in a one boring weekend, all because I was posted in UK for one of my previous company was in UK, and I didn't got anyone to speak in my native language Tamil. So I thought to combine my boring stuff and the language to combine together, and that's where my actual journey of YouTube and knowledge sharing began. And uh, and then surprisingly, it acted as a catalyst in terms of the way of how I can gain knowledge, and how I can get into depth of understanding of the core concepts, because before the YouTube channel and Face, all my career was into CDN and non-DevOps space. So I
Okay.
just wanted to do this as an inline towards it, and that time creating your own authenticity, authority in the medium, so that how you prove your domain provenance, like when you speak to someone else. And
Yeah.
that's the time, 5 years experience around that time. People are talking about creating a portfolio, and full stack developer creating their fancy So I was looking for ways like how can I create my own portfolio as an infra engineer and cloud engineer. So that's where all it began, and I started doing content. And then I came across this community builder program, and then it's a from there the experience is like skyrocketed, like from a person who nowhere and then trying to prove your authority, doing just one certification, and then use with the benefits and network. I will talk more about that, and then it's skyrocketed. And then the perspective of how to deal with team, the perks of sharing knowledge, not just within outside, right? Like your attitude change when you do within your organization as well. So as you don't hold any of the criticality or within yourself, so you can spread the repeated task across the team, and then you focus on the further upskilling. So
Agreed.
that's change in attitude and how the way of working, that's gave a great perk before and after community building. And I think yeah, that's my overall interview, like introduction, I would say, into community
Great.
building and
That's a very
how this
good
will.
intro, Vasan. I think even I share a lot of similarity as to how you started off with YouTube as a career and your professional journey as an infra engineer. So, like you mentioned rightly, full stack developers, they can develop something and share the URL for us to see what they've developed. But as an infra engineer, if you want to showcase something, you have a domain expertise or you are an SME in so and so area, you have to have that credibility by writing a blog, or it can be a YouTube channel where you explain all those things one by one, step by step. So that's how even I started. That was the ultimate idea, but then it got clicked. Many people liked it, the way I explained, and then people actually asked, like, I want video on so and so area, so that they asked me to go with that, and I started working on those content. Similarly, it went right now, and I'm doing good too. In terms of YouTube as well as the community program. Like I mentioned, this video is all about, or this streaming is all about this community builders program, because the application for this will be live in the month of Jan. I'm expecting it to be around 10th or before 10th of January. So for that, you at least need to start preparing the application. So that's the reason why we thought of doing it at least 10-20 days early, so that you have that time to prepare for yourself. So having said that, Vasan, just curious to understand what is Community Builder for you, and how it has helped you personally as well as professionally.
Right. From nowhere from AWS, like how it began, and then as in the portfolio, if you talk about AWS, DevOps, and networking space, and now it's more in terms of AOps. So I see community building as a sneak peek for me, like what coming in next 5 years, so that you can slowly prepare, right? Get yourself ready for the next 5 year what's coming up, and not sudden happen like you sleep today and then tomorrow you wake up and then say like, hey, organization needs this skill set for you, and then you are not ready, because so the role is there, organization budget is going to be there,
Yeah.
but when it needs, they need a person X with a skill set, and you can't blame the company as well, like because they need to the engine going on in terms of it. So for me, the AWS community is one such chance in terms of knowing what is coming up front in terms of like next 5 years. By you go, you interact with college students, the hiring trend, like how the dynamics is getting changed. Like for example, when we've been hired with just RS Agarwal book, and now hackathon, innovathon, like people go and create internships, right? So
Yes.
how they found stuff. So what's happening in trend in terms of as a senior, like how you can guide your juniors, like are they in the right track, and how you can look for people with the right mindset, and also helping you to connect with people across your state, right? Like, for example, you and me met in one of the community event,
Yeah,
and
agree.
I have met such a gem of persons in wherever I go, and meet people also, young talents as well. Like, there is a lot to learn from them. It's
Yeah,
no more like, hey, they're freshers, they don't know stuff. But if you see their hackathon and other projects they build, it's like, sometimes it can put you in imposter syndrome. And
great.
so how are you going to do those, tackle those stuff? So I see as that part in terms of, any new technology come with a diverse network. Let's say tomorrow the organization is throwing you to put into like Kubernetes technology, that you can ring a community member and then ask like, hey, this is something has been done, then what track I should follow? Because let's say for
Yes.
Kubernetes as an example, you have like 5 different paths. Same like for AWS also, right? Like you have developer
Yeah,
associate and 13 different paths you have. And people reach out to me as well, like, hey, this is the challenge I've been put into, and what is a quick and fast way to reach that, right? So
yeah,
you get help from people, stuff. And as a team, like, what I one thing I observed, the perks of being community is that you get chance to interact with people straight away. Like, for example, you as an Yashwant, if I need to speak to 15 minutes as a normal audience, I might not get the same stage versus the community builder.
great.
Motivation is what I see it as a perks, and that's what keeps me going forward and continue to contribute to the community with a selfish hat, I would say. Yeah.
Agreed. I mean, whatever the points that you mentioned is exactly right. And these are some of the perks that we get. Hidden perks, I would say, not usually read on any websites or something. So when I was going through the website or the stats of AWS Community Builders Program, right? So I got to know that we have more than like 112 different countries folks participating in this particular community builders program, and we have close to 3,000 people across the world. So the amount of applicants that they get every year is close to 5,000 or something, and they filter out most of them, and only few folks who have contributed enough to the community will be picked. So this is what I understood going through the previous stats. And I've been in this program since 2022, I guess. There is a website. The link is also dropped in the chat. So you can click on this link. You can also join the wait list. The application will be live soon. You have a lot of questions to be filled in. For example, how you have contributed to AWS or any technology for that matter, and how you can explain complex technology in simple terms. That's what they look for. And if you have given a talk on AWS or any DevOps related tools, you can add that as well. If you have written a blog, you can add that as well. But my take on getting into this program, I would say pick one category which you really like. For example, we call it as SMEs, right? When I was starting off, I always thought of building projects on serverless. Most of the projects on my channel, just because I was interested in this, I did most of the projects on serverless. So when I was applying for the program, it was really easy for me so that I could pick the channel which I wanted, and then I can apply for that particular program itself. So let's say you are interested in networking, contribute something on the networking side, and let's say you are interested in AI ML, so it can be any tools, right? So go ahead and write or create something, create content on that. When I say content, it's just not a LinkedIn post saying that you have this, you know that, and this is how it works. No, that's not they're expecting. That's the internal notification we got. So we no longer look into your LinkedIn post as a content piece. So you at least need two content piece. When I say piece, it can be your video, blog post, in depth. It can be a talk that you have given in any of the conferences. So you can get the link and add that as a proof. So that's what they expect. And based on this, they will go through the content piece and they will select on a particular category which you have applied for. So I applied for serverless and I got into serverless. And similarly, Vasan could have applied for a particular SME. What was that, Vasan, if you recollect it?
Okay. So since so so you are lucky, like you had a track to follow and passion to do it. So
Okay.
mine is something different because I was coming for the cloud engineering track,
Okay.
and my motive is to like prove the authenticity part, right? So what I did is I started my channel with basic networking because that was my core
Okay.
skill sets. I started like how DNS works and what is
Hmm.
SSL and those kind of stuff. And as I was creating content in YouTube, because I don't know SEO and I don't know like how to do with the SEO in like for blog writing. So that's why I choose YouTube as a platform to
Okay.
start speaking stuff. And one thing I had in mind is that I don't want to speak without proving myself, my authenticity. So I talk initial of my contents were all based on the certification course related. I do
Okay.
a solution architect associate, and then I talk about the series of services
How
as
to clear that?
like not how to clear, but I go into depth concepts like what is IAM, what is groups, what are the
Okay.
services that gets covered as a curriculum part. So I clear the
Okay.
certificate and then I go for the in-depth concept, and then I follow that route in terms of sysops, developer associate, and that entire journey. Like the past 4 5 years, I could able to do all the 7 certifications in
Okay.
AWS. It's almost like whatever I do, I make it as a content. If I do a Terraform certification, I do it as a Terraform, and if I do a DevOps professional, I do it as a DevOps professional series. So mine is more in terms of inline towards it, and that's the beauty of the community builder as well. Like if you're accepting for, like if you're applying for a serverless, it doesn't restrict you to make content only within the serverless.
Exactly.
Like my passion might be in networking fields. I applied for networking domain, but still I can create content in other areas as well. Like I'm focusing towards AOps
Yes.
space as the personal part. So that's one thing you can keep in mind. And also one of the things what AWS looks for is or been told in the past internally is that on day one of application, they're not stressing much about how complex your content is. So you can it can be like
Exactly.
straightforward like hey, how to create an IAM user and what's the difference between roles and groups. They still appreciate your efforts, but as you get renew each and every year, your quality of standards, they expect you to do more. So that's why if you see
Right.
my content creation pattern, I no more talk about like, hey guys, what this I am and stuff. I move towards
Exactly.
like the next phase of building projects and stuff. So
Exactly.
you don't want to compare a community builder who is like already 4 years in the tenure and then set your expectation to that standard. You can still have the cutting edge advantage of creating the beginner level content, being you as a
Yes.
beginner with a likes mindset of sharing what you would like to do. So and we both get the same benefit.
Exactly.
The one who is in 4 years and the one who is completely entering the journey, we are going to hold our hands together and then take the journey for the next continuous year. So
Exactly.
that's something I want to stress about, like because being the community builder program for years, the one who is working in the stages and the more you see would be like continuously renewed for 3 4 years, and who entered now currently they might be still writing the blog post. I'm not underestimating them,
Yeah.
but I'm just saying that when you set the ground line, you can compare like the various field you can contribute and the level of granularity you go into to make it more easy. I can add like any talk you go and see or any blog. So AWS tend to categorize it based on the difficulty, like level
Yes.
100, level 200, level 300, 400, 500.
Yeah.
Maybe you can start writing with level 100 of blog
Yes.
post or level 100 of video post or level 100 of public speaking, right? So the main thing is organizing doesn't count. So you can be a volunteer in your college or you can be a
Yeah.
volunteer in any of the community, but for the community builder program, they expect you to share the knowledge. You should be the driven factor, like either you write as an author or you create content. So you should be the complete contributor on that piece, not the organizing and asking yes ones to speak on a specific delivery. Doesn't count for the entry. So that's something the distinguished factor, I would say. Like if you are targeting to be a community builder and what the AWS is expecting you at the entry level of year one.
Agreed. I see most of the people have joined now. If you're here around, we are discussing about AWS Community Builders program, and we are listing out what are the benefits, how we can apply some of the tricks and tips as and when we follow through. Right. So no agenda planned, all straight out. So nothing on the script or anything like that. We are just discussing and putting out whatever the thoughts that we are getting in. So I was there in the yesterday. I was speaking at AWS Community Day Kochi. So people, if you're joining from Kochi who have subscribed yesterday, do let me know in the chat or the comments. Many folks there. In fact, I got to meet one of the oldest follower on YouTube. He was talking about this community builder program and how it helped him actually. So one key benefit many people get is one free certification. It can be any level, right? So you can get a certification of networking specialty or a professional level or an associate level. So you can get it completely for free. And if you renew it again, you'll get one more. And if you renew it again, you'll get another one. So you can actually get a certification for free without spending anything on the AWS side. Apart from this, you also get $500 of free AWS credits, which lets you explore all the things that are available in AWS, right? All the services. Literally, you can build an entire organization just by using that. If you make sure that you have the budgeting and everything set. I've seen people who are doing that, and if there is a requirement, if there is a special project that you're building, you can approach them and ask some more credits for you to use it for the special project. I've done that. So I've organized workshops too in multiple colleges. When I go to workshops, right, people usually, I give back the AWS credits as the gift. For example, $50 of AWS credits and things like that. So you can use that out of your free tier account and start building projects as well. And that's the beauty of this particular program. And there is another important benefit that you get is All Builders Welcome Grant. It's available to everyone. It's known to everyone already. So if you are someone who is just below 5 years of your career and you want to be a part of this AWS reInvent every year, they will take care of your flights, your accommodation for all 5 days, and you can apply for that program as well. And you will get an edge if you are part of these community builder program. That is what I heard, because most of the people who have joined, right, so they got into this program. In fact, I also got in last year, 2024. I was the recipient, but unfortunately, I did not have the visa and I couldn't go. But this time I applied, I had my visa, but I didn't get selected. So things like this will happen, but you should keep on trying. And to be really honest, when I applied for the first time, right, for the AWS Community Builders program, it was rejected. I understood what was the reason. You can reply back to them asking for the feedback. They'll send it to you. Take that as a feedback, work on it, and then I applied again. I eventually got into the program. So this is my story about this one. So do not get disheartened if you do not get selected. Keep applying, keep contributing to the community. And as part of this, you'll also get speaking opportunity in conferences. Like Vasan and I met in one of the conference. So that's how we started, and we are going good as well. So we chat about our career, we chat about the community, and do whatever we want. So similarly, you can get to meet people outside if you attend a conference. We met in Tirupati, so it can be a different one for you. So keep doing that. And is there anything else you have, Vasan, to share? I see people
Yeah,
commenting as well.
right. Yeah. So one tip is that uh, so you can share only two links for a contribution. So
Yes.
one trick what I did is, since I was creating YouTube, I created a playlist and then I gave them the playlist link, so that the playlist can contains of 100 videos. So so try to curate it, like even the same thing for blog post. If you are things like medium and hash node, there is an option to create an index for your content. I'm not sure, I'm not a expert in blog, but you can do it, like you can refer it if you're using blog. So you can share only one link and then that can take them to places, right? So same thing for newsletter also. Like I think newsletter count as a tech article, but not your daily LinkedIn post. So that's a
Yes.
slight arrow. And ensure that those things are not paid. Like for example, you might be writing content in Medium, and then you would be turned on uh, the payment option, which will hide the content unless they pay
Yes.
you. So those kind of things you need to avoid when you are submitting for it. It should be publicly accessible, uh, and it should not be having any money involved. Like you should not ask them to sign up, or you should not ask them to. It should be like, if I click a button, I need to be able to see what you have made for it. That's the ideal idea, because it's a human evaluation process from them. They haven't integrated
Yes.
any AI or machine learning into the evaluation, which is good. So we need to make their life easy as well. So those two things, and then also it asks about what is a unique factor, like why you should be
Selected.
get in as a community builder, and why not, like for example, if Yashwant and me are applying, if the question comes up like why you and why not Yashwant, so we need to
Yes.
come up with something, unique factor which S1 doesn't have. So
Yeah.
it can be of your industry experience. It can be of like how long you contributed a part of it, or it depends, right? Like what's your goal of, or if the community builder is given to you, what is going to change for you and what is going to change for the community. So that's what they are going to be looking at it in terms of the application itself. And what else? So for me, I kept unique point as my language, because when I was applying, there was not much people who are doing content in Tamil. Even now, it was like very few. So that's one of my point. I placed it as a distinguished character, and luckily, like mine got selected at the first year itself, because I was already doing it for past 2 years, right?
Yeah.
Because I was not aware about this program exists, so I was already doing it for 2 years. And my dear friend Akshay, so I met him like he was doing another content in Tamil called Tamil Cloud YouTube channel. So I pinged him like, hey, we both are doing in the same one. Can we collab? So that's how we spoke about it before even the community builder stuff. So
Oh,
you need to start earlier, like to build the community. You start sharing today, and then also one more thing which AWS mentioned is that, let's say if you're sharing two links, you ensure that if the community is opening in February or Jan, then you ensure that you share one link of, let's say, March, and the another link of December, so that prove that you've been in active community for in a different period, not
entire year.
just in the entire year, not just both goes into same consecutive days, right? So
Yes.
they also look that as a factor, like across the year. And that's
Yes.
why the playlist going to comes into tricky, like if you're making like monthly ones or quarterly ones even, and with that they can see your constant contribution.
Yes.
And so these are the few tips I could do give. In case if you're still interested and if you haven't ready yet, you can still start now.
Yes.
So days are running very fast. So with the blink of eye, like we might be talking about like how to build community, because we are in 2026, 2027, right?
Yeah.
So at the age, how it running very fast. So you
Yeah.
can
Just
start
a few.
now. Yeah.
Yeah. Just a few pointers to add. Right. So if you are new and if you want to be in this program, so what are the piece of content that you create from today will not be counted, unfortunately, because they will look for your contribution for the year long. They won't just consider what you have done on the previous day or a previous month. So don't get disheartened by that. Start contributing today. I'm sure you'll be in 2027. Unfortunately, when I and Vasan was trying to apply for this, it was by year program. So they used to accept two cohorts every year, but now they have made it a single year, single entry. So every year, January, this is when the application opens up. You can join in. Join the waitlist. For joining the waitlist, it is always open. For the application itself will open, within Jan 10. That's the tentative date that we have received. So go ahead and apply for it. But you can also check the previous application snapshots, which are already available on YouTube. Even I have a video on that. What are all the things that you will have in the application and what details you can add them. You can find that in the description. You can or in the playlist. You can check that. So that will give you an edge before even looking at the application. You can start preparing and you can get into the program. And the link for joining that is also provided in the comments. You can check this, or it is also being displayed now in the banner. So you can make a note of this if you are interested. You can join it, give it a try. Trying is better than not doing anything. So I would just say apply for it and leave the rest to the world to take care. So few more points I want to add. Another edge for all the folks who are already in AWS user group. So you can approach your user group organizer or the lead, and they can help you apply and they can refer you, and you can be a CB part of community builders as well. So one thing, you contribute in content. Second, talks or workshops that you handle. A third thing is volunteering at AWS user groups. So you can just type in user groups, and you will find different user groups in the city that you are in. For example, I live in Bangalore, so I have a user group in Bangalore. Similarly, Vasan comes from Chennai, user group Chennai is there. And you can contribute there, and even then, you can ask your organizer to refer you, and you can be a part of this program as well. And I've seen this because from the user groups, people are coming in and they're also getting into community builders program. But once you get in, start contributing yourself. Do not depend on the organizer or the lead. You can spread spread knowledge on AWS, anything that you are working on, right? So that can give you an edge as well. And look out for AWS community days in your regions or in your cities. It happens the entire year. We have, yesterday I was in AWS user community day, Kochi. We had in Bangalore as well, Vadodara, Ahmedabad, Pune. All these cities has got their own community day program where people from AWS and also part of different programs of AWS like Heroes, community builders like we are discussing today, and user group leaders, they share their own experience and how they built a project or what can be improvised and things like that, right? So it's a knowledge sharing experience, and I definitely ask you to be a part of that. Start volunteering, and it can give you an edge in getting into community builders program. So like we discussed about AWS Community Builder program, there is another community program which I wanted to just highlight, which I already discussed on this channel in the previous week, which is Terraform Ambassador or HashiCorp Ambassador program. So that is also another interesting community which you can join, and there is a whole lot of perks that you also get. Join that as well. You can just search for HashiCorp Ambassadors program, and the link is already open. The link closes on January 5th. If you have contributed anything related to HashiCorp, like Terraform, TerraGrant, and a lot of products, right? You can apply for that program as well. Just wanted to highlight so the viewers are aware of it. And if you have any particular questions, please drop them in the comments. We can pick that out. And I think that's all we wanted to share about the program itself. But now we can have a Q&A about this or anything in general, right? Vasan, do you have any other tips or tricks to add on so
Yeah.
that people are aware?
So, so volunteering is one part, but then once you join any user group, you attend the sessions and you see like the pattern, right? Like what they're talking, because that also said gives you a cutting edge, like what is coming in the upcoming year. Because mostly the trends are in line with the current market. Like I
Yes.
can quote an example. So like 1 year back or 2 year back, when you go to any event, so they start with what is generative AI, and all talks about grouping of tokens, like how cat and dog gets grouped, and how the football and basketball gets grouped. And they start from very basic, and then they talks about what is single prompt, what is uh, like dual prompt, and those kind of tricks and parts is started. And
Yes.
then the following year, if you notice, they got all those stuff enough, so they went with like what is bedrock, and what is how do they generate user various services to create your you know skill in terms of like using your integrate with your application, like AWS Massey they talk. So all the AI related stuff, what are the services they stringed it down. And
Hmm.
then with the part of like, okay, now we announce the audience about what is generative AI, and then they brought it out the event of the AI related services. And then they are focusing in terms of QCLI. If you see the notice, like the trend, they're morely about the QCLI and how to integrate that part. And then
Yes.
surprisingly, they combine both. They introduced Kiro. So
Mm.
Kiro was everywhere. Every
Yes.
user group were talking about Kiro. And then now every user group talks about agentic AI,
Yes.
right? So if you see the dots, it didn't
Yes.
started on today. I'm talking about like 4 years of graph. Since I'm closely with community, I could. That's what I told. If I'm with community, I can know what's coming in next 5 year. The confidence I'm saying is this: I have past data, like where the industry is moving towards, and now we are talking about ADLC, right?
Yes.
And you don't trust me, like it's not even coincidence. Like if AWS is announcing Kiro today, and tomorrow Google is announcing anti-gravity, do you think it's coincidence? Like they built, and then the industry is working in one unique direction towards
Yes.
agentic AI. And all the hiring is happening based on machine learning graduates recently, if I know the trend. And industries like TCS, Infosys, they are stressing about candidates with 1 credit of AI and AWS. So the future skill set is already equipped with a part. So what you are going to learn, what is the use case you are going to learn, that's going to give you insights if you are sticking closely with community and what is happening around that. So today, if I submit for a call for paper on DevOps or how to create an infra and cloud formation, it's not going to get in. Bye bye. So
So,
so
in fact,
they
let
need
me
more
tell you a
and
story. Let me tell you a story. What happened? We had a developer advocate from AWS speaking yesterday in Kochi. So we were discussing last year in the last edition of AWS Community Day 2024. We were talking about Gen AI and all these things which came up then. But suddenly yesterday, all the Gen AI things were quoted as traditional AI. You
yeah.
see the difference? Just 1 year, and they quote it as a traditional AI, and we are moving towards agentic now. So that's how fast we are growing, and to adapt into those conditions, we definitely need a community like this, which can drive us through and it can help us. And there is another question from Naveen, which is really good. I appreciate that. What kind of contributions matter the most when you're applying for this AWS community builders? Would you like to answer first?
So, as I was quoting, as a first time applying like, any contribution, whichever you're comforted, right? So, but it should be in line within AWS. That's what. So
Yes.
they don't recognize. if you talk something about Terraform, even though it's an affiliate partner or so, um, it's not encouraged or like counted as a contribution. So anything AWS, even it can be ClickOps, it can be like
Yes.
automation solution, it can be of using how to use Kiro, how to use ADLC framework, whatever you come across. It should be technical content. It's not organization doesn't like organizing an event doesn't count. It should be technical content. It can be of blog, it can be of LinkedIn newsletter, not LinkedIn post,
Post.
and also the YouTube or any video format content. So these three are the major medium people contribute. And I have seen abroad people here TikTok is banned. Even Instagram and TikTok also counted as
Yes.
contribution. So the goal is simple, like you spread about AWS. I have seen people creating contents like they use AI to create puzzle kind of stuff. They just create, all they do is generate content. They will make it as a video in Canva, and then they make it one every day morning, and then the answer will be the another video.
Yes.
So they don't even reveal their space. So and then the best thing I want to highlight is they don't see the your subscriber count, they don't see your
Yes.
view count. All they consider is your effort in terms of spreading your knowledge. You can create 100 videos and even just 2 views, let's say, like me and Yaswant is watching, but it still count. That's something like we need to appreciate AWS, like giving a fair game for someone who is already in the stage, and how someone is completely entering and speaking about. And based on my experience, people are like fairly encourageable, like in terms of whatever you content you make, whatever you small piece. Sir, I'm doing content for like past 5 years, even though my audio is not that great, my video quality was not that great. Like people are like positive and encouraging you like to do more. As a community, I haven't seen any negativity so far, touching wood, right? So we've been collaborative, we've been sharing insights. The best example, like even me and Eswant, right? So when I was doing live streaming, I went with another product A, and then we were both are debating like which one to go. So
Yes.
it's not about like okay, Vasan went with product A in live streaming. I found a cutting edge product with B, which is not having those functionality. He didn't like okay, let him pay extra amount, let him suffer in a hard way.
Right.
So he educated me. So it's about like being openness. Community is
Yes.
all about that. I see it's not just technology, it's not about like how you optimize your time, how you so a few things I can't share in the stage, but it's something like hidden insight I can talk about
So
like
just to
continue
add
to
on,
do.
right? One more thing I want to say is, do not expect anything in return when you are contributing. So just think that whatever you are studying or whatever you are learning, you are putting out to the internet so that everyone is aware of. So do not expect anything in return, but it will automatically follow. Is what I've been following since the day when I started contributing.
Uh,
When I started the YouTube channel, of course, everyone will have zero subscribers. Now you might see 29K, but that doesn't really matter for your application. Like Vasan was rightly mentioning, they do not look at your views or your subscriber count. But with that being said, I'll also add one more thing. If you are creating a content which is not being produced by someone else in the world, then obviously you'll get that views and you'll also get the subscribers at the same time. So that's what given me an edge, right? So also go and watch the reinvent videos, which is already there on AWS events channel. There is a separate channel called AWS events. Go and look through those videos. You will understand what are the new releases that they made in 2025, and you can start talking about that and explaining how you can implement those things, right? So for example, the AWS DevOps agent, which is a new feature which no one has talked about, at least until I've seen today. There was no videos other than one guy talking about what's AWS DevOps agent, and there is no hands-on. start digging in. You will get those content on AWS developers, AWS events page, and try to show that to the viewers so that they can understand. If you do not want to be on camera, that's fine. Even when I started, till 25,000 subscribers, I did not even reveal my face on the channel. So that's how it was, and still I managed to get into the program and start contributing. Similarly, if your interest is on writing content via blog post, you can do that. Take certain screenshots, add those, add your own flavor, right? So be a little creative is what I was trying to say, if that makes sense, and that will give you an edge as well. So try to explain things in your own way, uh, as much as possible. With that, I see people using Hashnode, dev.to platforms to write blogs. I would also ask you to purchase a domain, add your own domain name. That will give you a credibility, right? You will have nothing to lose. You will have a domain name for yourself, and you can use that. That's what I feel. I mean, if you have a domain name on yourself, so that gives you like a, what do you say, a boost, right? So rather than just going with a default name that you get, have your own domain name, attach it to your hash node. You can, for example, blogs.h1lm.in, blogs.vasan.in. So you can have something like this, is what I was trying to say. All right. Do we have any more questions? And the live example is here. Is a great example. Jones, he runs the AWS user group Bangalore, and he's doing really well. And he's one of our inspiration, if I want to quote that. He helps us in a lot of different way. He was one of the pioneers in getting a new user group in Karnataka, which is Mysore, which I'll be leading next year. So all thanks to Jonas and the team at AWS User Group Bengaluru. So if you are around Bangalore, we have a lot of events planned, a lot of meetups happening in around Chennai, Bangalore. Do visit these. It's totally free. You don't have to pay anything. For the first few years, you will have to be volunteering, looking into the things. Then you can eventually speed up, and you can also be a speaker. So that's how I started, and it's going good, is what I wanted to say as well. If there is any questions, please drop them in the comments. We can address them. And it's good to see people from different backgrounds joining us. That's good.
So you're quoting about AWS events, right? So even if you go into AWS events, their view count is like comparatively low, like for certain
Absolutely.
videos. So
Yes.
so that's what. So it's a tech content. Like as there are too much of divergence over there, it's all about like how you are going. I see YouTube or any content I make is like an I'm just teaching to myself. There are concepts where I have spoken about 2 3 years back in depth, and then I myself forget, and then whenever I wanted to refresh, I just go my own videos
Exactly.
and then see. So it's like be your own educator. So it's all about like because you have done more research when you make a content, you would have gone deep dive, and then with more text stacks being there, so we would have forgotten on our cream layer of our brain. So when something that comes up again, so you don't need to go again and do it. So also more you do the hands-on, you won't even believe like the enablement you get. Like for example, when I was doing for sysops, I wanted to try identity center as it's completely free, and I created identity center like almost 2 years back. And then recently we were part of doing hackathon, and when we need an AWS account, the other teams were like struggling like how to create one and spin off a button. Like I can feel like here you go, here is your account. Let's keep focus on what actually matters, right? So it's about like the confidence you build on your own self because you did it on
Yes.
X day. It's just that you forgot since it's not top of it. So you don't need to waste your energy because like YouTube as an example, like for any content I make before, it was like 10 minutes 15 minutes video. I used to spend like 3 days 4 days for the entire process, like to learn upskill, crisp it out and stuff. So
Yeah.
in future, if I needed it, I don't want to go through another 4 days to refresh my brainer. I can just watch my same 15 minutes in two class, which is like 7 minutes.
Yes.
So
Yes. Agree
it
with
can
you.
be
And
but
to create a content, you will also prepare that, you will do it before, and you will do it while recording as well. So I prefer doing once without anyone disturbing. So that will be my first learning. Second, I'll try once before creating or recording the video, and third time I'll record the video. So I'm doing the same thing 3 times, and anywhere in the world, if you're doing the same task 3 times, you will never forget it. That's the first thing. And the second point, like you mentioned, if I want to revisit a concept, I can go back to my own video where it's user friendly for me because I am the one talking to myself. So I can go back and refer to that. That happened, let's say I'm preparing for an interview or something. Very critical topic is this subnetting concept. I keep forgetting every time the subnetting concept. So I go back to my own video where I have an Excel sheet as well, which helps you in segregating your IP addresses. So go back to the same video, click the link on the description and open it, have it handy. So watch it and just get a refresher of it. So yeah, that is another benefit.
so as you grow in career, right, so you become more soft, like it, so no more just the technical stuff doesn't matter, because your mid-level engineer can do, your junior level can do, but as senior engineer the organization would expect you to showcase, speak at comfort,
Yes.
and how well present you are, right? So those are the soft skills that matters, and that's not going to come with you overnight. So more you prepare, so now if someone asks me like, hey, we need to deliver this topic in 30 minutes, how much slide you need, I can tell with my speed, like, okay, this is going to be this and this is going to be, and most of my public presentation, if 30 minutes is given to me for speaking, then I start and end at dot 30 minutes. So somehow
Yes.
I pick that skill,
Yes.
right? So
Same here.
you don't drag it
Yes.
minutes and 30 minutes. If 30 minutes is given, you know, like what is the exact content you need, and then you are going to finish it by. So that hidden evidence you get, and then how well you present it, right? Like so for example, one for me was like I asked out of curiosity in the community builder Slack channel that hey, this reinvent slides are very fancy, and how can we create one ourselves?
Great.
It's just out of curiosity. And then you don't believe, one of the community builder, Steven, like he volunteered to do a session for entire folks, and that's a complete game changer for me, like how I do create content in terms of like creating slides, the fancy animations you see in my presentations and
Yes.
stuff. So all those things comes from the community itself. You ask question, same thing for like how can I optimize my editing time, right? So the another software has been popped up, and I went ahead and that's gradually reduced it. So the suggestions you get out of community, it's not always tech. It's not always
AWS.
we
It's
are
out
not
of it.
nerd. We are not nerds. Like always work and stuff. We have fun. Our way of fun is something completely it's a different journey. Like you travel to places, right? So like
Yes.
Yashwant traveled to Cochin. Do you think Yashwant just went to Cochin for community day and then he came back? No.
Yeah.
So it gives a different dimension, and as adult we grow, like we lose friends, like in our
Yes.
own world. So we need to meet like-minded people to refresh and get more friends, and continue fueling us of what matters to us. So that's what one thing I observed, like because during college, like we get friends because we all put into the same goal, and you go into workplace, you get you have a same goal, but then so once you grow up an adult after certain experience, you grow in the ladder, like you get distant from your friends to colleagues comes
Basically,
kicked
more
in.
competition will be added.
Yeah, so you can be knowledge friendly, but then you can't get hidden information, like what is the market rate
Yes.
for a senior cloud engineer, which no
Yes.
one would disclose you. But then
Yes.
often I can ask Yaswant, like, hey man, this is my package, like do you think it's going to be the good one? And then you can live with your life satisfaction without
Yes.
wondering like how this much guy is earning. Am I in the right track?
Yeah.
It can be multi-dimensional. I'm just quoting few, right?
Right.
And
And you
that's another
can
reason
have
for me.
friends across the globe. Let's say I'm coming to Chennai. I don't have to reach out to anyone else. I can ask Vasan, like, what are the best places I can have my dinner? So that is
Okay.
another part. On a
Yeah.
lighter note,
Okay.
think,
So I think
yeah,
we have 6 more minutes. So
yes,
I'll try to trim it out, right? So if you're looking someone in terms of if you're looking someone in terms of entering into community building, so three platforms: YouTube for video content creation, or even you can use Instagram, TikTok, blog for if you are into writing medium. So Medium is there, Dev2 is there, Dev.2, and then Hashnote. And then third is going to be in-person meetups where you can go and try to speak. There are cloud clubs are there, which is
yes,
growing in each and every colleges. So their content are like level 100, level 200 is what they expected, not expect, because it's targeted towards the
students.
students. So you can try pitching in there. So these three medium I could see. So perks, which Yashwant mentioned, a quick summary on perks is that the $500 credit, which we can go
Yes,
and try. If you're going to for any workshop and hosting it, then you're going to get the
additional credits.
additional credits part. And then networking, like you meet people and then you're going to talk as if you're friends for like 10 years, 15 years, like me and Yaswant are speaking now on the same stage.
Yeah,
And then like global exposure, it's not just here, across the globe, across industry leaders. And my LinkedIn connections are like if I'm seeing most of the AWS employer my connection, I'm not sure like how it happened, but it slowly happened in a way.
yeah,
So you know like who are the decision makers in the current trend, so you be you receive the entire noise of what the world is talking about, what is happening, so don't you don't miss out. uh,
exactly.
uh,
And you missed one
so
point, one free
yeah,
AWS certification
yeah,
on any level.
right. So you see, you have a community peer who fill you in if you miss something the
Yes,
most important. So I
exactly.
think it's all about the community and stuff. So yeah.
Yeah, last 3 minutes, and if you have any questions, please drop them in the chat. I think I see Karthik has um, contributed for a super sticker. Thank you, Karthik. Thanks for all that you are doing. And I do not see any more questions. I think people are busy partying. It's a Sunday evening.
Yeah, it's an year end already. So when
Yes.
Yashwant approached, like, "Hey, can we do it in a Sunday night?" It was like, "Oh man, you're crazy." So then, so,
Even I
so
was
anyways,
not expecting such response. It was good.
right.
At one point, I could see at least 20 people viewing live.
Hmm.
So that's good. I did not even expect 20. I was expecting only five. But
Right.
yeah, most of my viewers watch after the live stream, so that is good for them too.
Yeah, it's going to stay in the internet. As I was saying, like within blink of seconds, like me and Yaswant might be sitting in year 2027, and then how to
Yes,
become a community builder. So
exactly.
uh,
Exactly.
yeah, hope it's benefits for you guys. Like you got the idea about the program, you got the right expectation. If you are not already ready yet, you are going to spend your 2026 in the preparation phase, and you're going to apply for 2027. And uh, if you found this as an useful, like feel free to tag myself and Yashwant in LinkedIn, and would be happy to support you guys in any forms on this means.
Exactly. And there is a blog post written by developer advocate Surfraz. It's a really good blog if you want to understand if you are the right fit to join this particular program. Just check out this blog. I've pasted the link in the YouTube comments. This will give you an understanding of the program itself, and it will also help you analyzing if this is the community that you are going to apply. So check this out. it might help you. And you can also tag him. He likes that. So he's Surfraz from AWS. He's in DevX. All right, so I think we're on time. Thank you so much for all of you who have joined today. Merry Christmas and advanced Happy New Year for all of you. Thank you so much. And if you have any questions, you can still reach out to us. We are mostly available on LinkedIn. You can DM or comment on the same video. That's fine.
Also, if you found this combo more insightful, and let us know like what technical content you would like to hear from us. As I said, my core skill set is on DevOps, networking. Now slowly upskilling into AOps, and list your skill sets, Yashwant. What's yours?
You have put me in a bad position. So I come from a solutions engineering background, so I'm good in architecting solutions, good and DevOps space. AI is something that I am picking up nowadays. So yeah. So even if you
Okay.
do not know, I'm happy to learn and get back to
Okay.
the video.
Yeah. So yeah, we will see. Like we'll look for more collab part
Yes,
Yashwant and see like how that goes and what's coming.
absolutely.
And our the new software which we're trying is like it's helping us to like broadcast to multiple places. It's not just
That,
Yashwant's or my profile. Like it's very graceful to share it across multiple form. So I
yes.
think we can reach more people and more beneficiaries can be add on. So
Yes.
looking for more collab.
Yeah, absolutely. Looking forward to it. Let's rock in the year 2026. So we still have 10 days left. So let's complete that in a bang. All right. Thank you so much, everyone. Thanks for joining. Happy Sunday, and tomorrow is Monday. So you know what to do. Thank you, and I'll let us see you in upcoming sessions.
Cool. See you guys. Thanks.
Thank you.